And hello everyone, and welcome to the new Let's Play series. Let's Play Dark Souls. Yay, finally got around to doing this. So right off the bat, we're going to start a new save and also turn down the volume slightly, because I don't want to not be able to hear myself. Already getting hiccups. This is basically the intro episode, where I just make my character. And I don't even know what I'm going to call him. Bob. Nah, that's stupid. Yeah, it's Bob. That's exactly why we're going to call him Bob. Yep, I know. Right off the bat, already amazing. Male, because I'm male. That's just whatever. Okay. Do you know what? I should actually go back and explain these things. Because wouldn't be a good Let's Play if I didn't go and explain this. And this is the intro episode, like I said. We're going to just be making the character in this episode, and the next episode we'll be actually starting on everything. But I'll go through and actually read these off, explain them. Fearless Warrior, Weapon Expert, High Strength and Dexterity. Warrior is basically like you're good at everything sort of guy. I'm going to be going with this just because it's the best for what I'm going to be going to do. Then you got Knight, which starts off with better armor and starts off with higher HP. In the end, I'm going to say that in Dark Souls, your starting class matters very little in terms of what you end up with. You can see the stats down on the left side as well, but they won't mean much to you yet if you're just starting, that is. Then you got this guy, High Dexterity, which again doesn't really make much. Doesn't mean much to someone who doesn't really know what the game's about. To put it simply, Strength is like wielding heavy weapons, and Dexterity is like wielding fancy weapons, like a curved sword, like this scimitar that the Wanderer's got. Then Thief, who starts with the Master Key and has kind of meh stats, which I'll get into in the gift section. The Bandit has high strength. The Hunter has a bow and a short sword. The Sorcerer starts with some magic and a dagger. It's got like a rubbish weapon, but starts with actual sorceries, which is actually interesting because it starts with range stuff. And the Pyromancer, which has kind of the same deal, but with pyromancies instead of sorceries. We'll get into the difference between those later on. And then we've got the Cleric, which starts with a healing spell and also starts with a mace and a basic shield. And then you've got the Pride, which starts with a club, a plank shield, and no armor, which has also got like same in everything in terms of stats. So some people actually want to roll this for certain reasons, but most people think it's kind of like the harder mode. But you get armor pretty quick. Before long you'll get some decent armor. So your starting gear, again, the class doesn't matter too much in this game. It's more so just what you begin the game with, like the first few minutes, and you can quickly grab what you need. But yes, I'll say, in terms of gifts, there's another thing. It's the thing you start the game with. You can only choose this once. A lot of these things you can get anyway. Like, for example, Goddess Blessing is just a single item which restores your HP fully. Rubbish. Black Firebombs. These are good for one specific thing, and I will tell you about that when we get to it. But keep in mind that you might want to pick these for one specific reason. Twin Humanities, things called Humanities, which we're going to again get into later. Again, you don't want to pick these because Humanity is rather abundant. You can get it in the game quite easily if you look around for it, so there's no need to start with it. Binoculars, you can literally get these in the beginning of the game. There's no point in having these as a gift. These gifts are famously ill-balanced. And then you've got Pendant, which everyone tried to work out what this thing did, but it doesn't actually do anything. For ages, it was a mystery as to what the pendant would unlock, but it actually does nothing at all. So that's quite funny. They purposely put it in to try and mess with people. And then you got the Master Key, which, on any normal playthrough, is what you should pick. It is by far the best one. It basically lets you unlock almost any door in the game. Any door that isn't like story relevant, basically. Like all the optional doors, all those, it lets you unlock all of them. It's insanely useful for that. So there's no reason to pick any of the other things. But I'm not going to, just so I can show you where the actual keys are and stuff. I'm going to do it the hard way. Less shortcuts for me. But I'll point out when the Master Key can get used and stuff, but I won't be picking it. The Tiny Beings Ring, the Special Tribal Ring, HP recovers slowly while equipped. That's actually not true. I assume they changed it later in development, but it actually just gives you a small amount extra XP. XP? No, HP. I said XP. Silly. Wrong game. It actually just gives you a small amount extra, I only said XP again, HP. And again, it's really useless. It's not even a good ring. You get a couple decent rings quite quickly, so there's no need to bother with this. And then, of course, the old Witch's Ring, which has a certain use in terms of actually getting some story stuff unlocked. It has no actual gameplay use. But I'm going to be picking this one because like I said, it's the only other one that has any actual use apart from the Master Key and the Black Fire Bombs. So I'm going to pick that one. And then Physique, it's just, you can look absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities in this game to make your character look insane. And then we've got all these different faces, which all look stupid. And actually, these give a decent amount into the different regions that exist in the Dark Souls universe, because they don't really make much mention of them outside of these bits. Face in the Five-Fingered Delta. Delta of a river, obviously. Astora Nobles. The land of Astora. Handsome face refined. Dragon Scholar. Intelligent sharp, but scholarly looks invite insult. Huh. Look common in Faroland, known for their starward clerics. Jubilant Katarina, known for their festivity and drink. Yeah, this one's a bit awkward. Yeah, it's Karim, everyone looks weird in Karim, everyone looks weird in Xen, everyone looks weird everywhere. Yeah, that... Wow. Yeah. Then you got Far East. I like how the Far East looks like that and the Great Swamp looks like that. It's like, okay. Almond eyes and thin lips. But yeah, we're just going to go with this. The default face, because they all look creepy and I can't be bothered to... You can customize it with the customize button right here, but I never do. I don't care what my character looks like too much. And in terms of what hair we can have... Oh god. There's some really awful hairstyles in this game. I think we're just going to go with... just short hair. Why not? Short black hair, just to be boring. And that's our character made and done. It took us like 7 minutes, but yeah, this episode's probably skippable if you don't really care about all this. Because there's not really much said and done. It's just a case of, I want to show the creation of the character, but it's also not that important in terms of the game, so they delegated to the intro episode, which doesn't really count. But yeah, with that all said and done, join us in the next episode where we'll actually be starting the game and getting into all of the ins and outs of what that entails. And until then, see ya.